Again here on Talkin Fight from the Mecca of Boxing, Toronto, Canada, for another episode of Boxing News Today. And let's start off with a quick little rumor that's circulating right now. Looks like Joseph Parker is going to go toe-to-toe against Zhilei Zhang, a decent heavyweight contest, rumored to be added to the Anthony Joshua versus Francis Ngannou card over in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia on March 8th. Personally, I would have rather have seen, as I'm sure all you would have seen, uh, you know, Anthony Joshua not fight Ngannou and rather take on Zhilei Zhang. But let's have a look because Zhilei Zhang's coming off back-to-back knockout victories over Joe Joyce and other Englishmen. So it would have been fun to see him knock out Anthony Joshua. But instead, we'll have to see Ngannou take care of business. All right, in other upcoming fight news, we got lightweights Vasily Lomachenko, 17-3, and George Kambosos Jr., 21-2, looking to fight for the vacant IBF World title March 12th at the 15,000-seat RAC Arena in Perth, Australia. Wow, which will be carried by ESPN, airing on May 11th, it says, on the U.S. Okay. And it was also announced that the Maloney brothers, Jason and Andrew, will also appear on the undercard. So good fight night news coming to us from down under. And let's get then to the news of the day, what I've been talking about for several weeks now. Artur Beterbiev did indeed beat Callum Smith in Quebec with a 7th-round technical knockout over his opponent. To retain his WBC, WBO, and IBF light heavyweight titles. Let's read a little bit here from ESPN, who covered the event. Beterbiev, 20-0, 20 knockouts, by the way, buckled Smith with a chopping right hand, and the adjectives are rather endless as you go through all the various stories that are online right now. Before landing an avalanche of punches, dropping the challenger. Moments later, Smith was on the canvas again following another flurry of power shots. Smith, 29-2, by the way, 21 knockouts, who's now talking about retiring, survived the second knockdown too, but he was in no shape to continue when trainer Buddy McGurk jumped into the ring to halt the bout. With the victory, Berbiev's 7th 175-pound championship defense, he remains boxing's only champion with a 100% knockout ratio. And what does that mean? That means that we're looking forward to seeing him fight Dimitri Bivol over in Saudi Arabia. Bivol apparently has already signed the contract. And it looks like a really good fight in the making for this year, Bivol versus Beterbiev. So let's have a quick look and see what other adjectives I can find. Headlining on worldboxingnews.net, Beterbiev bludgeons Smith. 20 have tried and 20 have been KO'd. Let's have another look here. FightNews.com. Unbeaten lightweight heavyweight destroyer Artur Beterbiev defended his unified world titles with a brutal 7th-round knockout against former super middleweight champion Callum Mundo Smith from the Videotron Center over in Quebec City, Canada. Smith boxed smartly, but Beterbiev's powerful punches caused damage whenever they landed. Beterbiev battered Smith in round 4, but Smith rallied later in the round. Beterbiev continued to punish Smith, who showed great fighting heart. Beterbiev finally dropped Smith twice in round 7, and after that second knockdown, as I said, trainer Buddy McGurk entered the ring, stopped the fight. Time's at 2 minutes, by the way. Out of England, on Sky Sports, it says, Callum Smith admitted the defeat to Artur Beterbiev was a big blow, and he'll have to see if other goals in boxing can motivate him to fight on. I would assume. If not, he's going to step aside. So let's have a quick look at the news with respect to Bivol versus Beterbiev. Unified WBC, IBF, WBO light heavyweight king Artur Beterbiev, boxing's only world champion with a 100% knockout ratio, took care of business against Callum Smith on Saturday over in Quebec City. All eyes are now on the undisputed showdown between Beterbiev and WBA champion Dimitri Bivol. Yes, of course, I won the Bivol fight. I need another belt. It would mean a lot to me, said Beterbiev after the fight. Bivol's promoter, Eddie Hearn, told reporters this week that Bivol was already signed to fight Beterbiev in Saudi Arabia, but Beterbiev has to agree to his own deal to finalize the fight. Beterbiev's promoter is Bob Arum, by the way, and he confirmed that a Beterbiev-Bivol clash is in the pipeline. It's interesting to note that online today, after that clash between Beterbiev and Smith, you can't find Eddie Hearn anywhere. WBO bantamweight champion Jason Mayhem Maloney, 27-2, also on that card in Quebec City, scored a hotly contested 12-round majority decision over Saul Sanchez, now 20-3. Close rounds with both fighters having their moments. Brutal toe-to-toe exchanges, apparently, down the stretch. Scores were 114, 114, 116, 112, 116, 112. Great fight indeed by Jason Maloney, who, as I said, is coming up next down under. Also on that card, fantastic fighter, Christian Mabili, unbeaten, WBC number 1, WBA number 1, IBF number 3, WBO number 5, super middleweight, Christian Mabili, 26-0, 22 knockouts, impressively scored a 6-round technical knockout over tough as nails Rohan Murdoch. He's now 27-3 over at the Videotron Center in Quebec City, as I said, over in Canada. It was a firefight from the opening bell, with Mabili steadily breaking down the rugged Murdoch. By round number 5, it was target practice for Mabili. Murdoch gamely came out and finished round 6 before his corner pulled him out of the fight. Another impressive performance for Mabili, who's knocking on Canelo's door, I might add. Unbeaten light heavyweight, speaking of the light heavyweights, Iman Katiev, he's now 6-0, stopped Michael Ludwiczak, who's now 17-13-1. In round number 2, Katiev dropped Ludwig in second stanza and got the referee stoppage. Also on that card, someone who I mentioned last week, Leila Beaudoin. She won her fight, unanimous decision over Elizabeth Chavez in the super female featherweight division. I think I've got some other women's boxing news as well. Let's have a quick look here. Over in Argentina, Maria Sol Bonsnan out of Buenos Aires won a 10-round split decision over Leon Flores out of Caracas, Venezuela. The two were fighting for the South America light flyweight title and WBC Latino light flyweight title. So good for Argentina's Brastain. Very good. As I said, Leila Beaudoin won 8-round unanimous decision over Elizabeth Chavez Espinoza. And over in Germany, something I also reported on last week, Tina Rupprecht, I believe atomweight, I think, fighting in Germany, won a 10-round unanimous decision over Fabiana Bytyqi. The two were fighting for the WBC atomweight title, indeed atomweight. The final judges' scores were 97-93, 97-93, and 98-92. In the second female bout, looks like Laura Kochman won a first-time knockout in the first round over Diana Klonova. The bout was scheduled for 6 rounds, so good for. It's Ockman. All right, let's have a quick look here, see if there's anything else. Oh, yes. In Denmark, there was a fight featuring Shinzana Shakovic out of Serbia, who won a 4-round split decision over Emma Kirstein Jensen out of Copenhagen. Second female bout on that card, Elizabeth Ashoba out of Nigeria, won by technical knockout over Michaela Braga. The bout was scheduled for 10 rounds. The two were fighting for the WBC silver featherweight belt. So good stuff in women's boxing. Keep it coming, Sue Fox. Over in Atlantic City, heavyweight Malik the Ring King Titus. He's now 10-1, 9 knockouts. Snapped the 6-fight win streak of Joey the Tank Dawidziuko by taking an 8-round unanimous decision at the Jim Whelan Boardwalk Hall down in Atlantic City, New Jersey. Beautyqi stalked the 6'5" Titus in the whole fight, but Titus stayed out of range and frustrated his opponent with his long jab. The scores were 78-74, 78-74, 79-73. Also on that card, unbeaten NABF bantamweight belt holder Dylan Price, he's now 17-0, 11 knockouts, was victorious when Gilberto Mendoza couldn't continue after the end of the 8th round. Great card down Atlantic City, keeping those fans on the East Coast of America excited about boxing. Also on that card was Rashad Bogar, who won a split decision over Fernando Bunch in the super lightweight division. Antonio Dunton also won over Devin Grant in the featherweight division. Francisco Rodriguez knocked out in the first round Joseph Cole in the lightweight division. Miguel Roman knocked out Hector Becerra in the super bantamweight division. Saul Clark won in his 4 rounds over middleweight Henry Mendez. And William Briscoe knocked out in the first round Alvin Davis in the middleweight division. Good stuff out of Atlantic City. All right, boxing fans, that's it for me today. Thank you very much for joining me. Appreciate it very much. Remember to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. And indeed, we'll see you tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern Time here on Talkin Fight for another episode featuring all the headlines, previews, quotes, news in the world of boxing. Thank you very much.